The following is a Mad Sports Company presentation. Here's what's cooking on today's Sports Stove Local Hour. We are previewing EKU wide receivers with Coach Caleb Cox and wide receiver Jaden Smith. That's what's cooking on today's Sports Stove Local Hour.
McKinney looks, steps to the pocket, throws, open receiver, touchdown! Colonels, we're not done yet!
Our identity is we're going to press for 40 minutes, we're going to play up-tempo, we're going to play with unbelievable passion, and then our brand is the most exciting 40 minutes in sports.
Welcome into an all-new edition of the Sports Stove Local Hour, presented by Mad Mushroom Pizza. The Sports Stove podcast is brought to you by Mad Mushroom, serving Colonel since 2016. Mad Mushroom is located across the street from EKU's campus and is well known as the home of the original cheese sticks. But whenever I like to go in and visit Mad Mushroom, I like to go inside, have a seat. As you know, they have indoor seating where you can sit down and enjoy your pizza right there. Sure enough, they do. I grab myself a soda and a pizza, sometimes the pizza of the month, and, of course, an order of cheese sticks. And even though I don't participate, they do now offer adult beverages as well. So next time you're in town, make sure you stop in at Mad Mushroom. Tell them the Sports Stove sent you. You're going to get $5 off any purchase over $20. You can also order online and save. madmushroom.com. Use the code SPORTS5, SPORTS, and the number 5, SPORTS5. And you get that same discount, $5 off any purchase, $20 or more. Mad Mushroom, feed your head. And as always, we're here to feed your EKU fix tonight as we continue our EKU football position previews. And tonight we've got for you the wide receivers and a great conversation with wide receiver Jaden Smith. Big stuff in store for him. Coach Caleb Cox joins the show as well to talk his wide receiver room and what we can expect from them. There is excitement in the air. Several returning guys, young guys, by the way, and a new guy that I think there's some expectation for as well. Of course, camp opened up on Monday, and EKU football is well underway. Mainly meetings on Monday. Tuesday, though, started the real deal. So looking forward to getting out hopefully this weekend and catching some EKU football. Media day this week as well. So looking forward to what is ahead there. EKU basketball, the men are down in the Bahamas. Playing 2 games down in the Bahamas. Looked good opening game there. I'm intrigued to see kind of where Coach Hamilton goes with this rotation, how he handles it. They got a lot of guys on this team that can play basketball. So how deep will that bench go once we get into a live action? I don't think that this week in the Bahamas is going to tell us a whole lot about that, but you can tune in and watch. I know the game was on YouTube on the other night, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. EKU Hoops on Twitter, posting the links and all that kind of stuff as well. So looking forward to what Coach Hamilton has. You know, I was watching the game on YouTube, and it was just the video. There was no audio to it. So I made sure to reach out to Coach Hamilton through Twitter and just let him know, hey, next time you go to the Bahamas and you're going to stream the games on YouTube, invite the Sports Stove to come down with you. I'll give some commentary on the game. He has yet to respond. So, I'm not sure if he's going to go for that or not. But I'm excited to bring these interviews to you here today. Thank you to everyone who is watching, by the way, whether you're viewing us on the Sports Stove YouTube page, on Mad Sports Company's YouTube page, on Belly Up TV, wherever you get streaming TV at through the Fox D network, and also for all those listening to us on the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Looking forward to giving you these interviews. We're going to start our interviews today with Coach Caleb Cox. Coach Cox joined the show Monday. Let's see here. I guess it was Sunday night, actually. We interviewed him about the wide receiver group, and I think you're going to enjoy it. This interview is going to be presented by IPM Pest and Termite, Central Kentucky's neighborhood pest professionals. If you have ants, spiders, centipedes, there's these little millipedes that are out right now as well. And before too long, you're going to be seeing those stink bugs around your house. IPM Pest and Termite is the company you need to call to make sure you get it taken care of. IPM Pest and Termite is locally owned and operated, and we're so appreciative of them supporting this local podcast. To find more information about IPM, you can go to myipm.com. And if you end up using IPM, make sure you let them know you heard about them at the Sports Stove Local Hour. I personally use IPM at my house and at my church, and the technicians are always on time. They show up when they say they're going to show up, and they guarantee their service. You cannot beat it. So make sure you visit myipm.com for more information. All right, let's take a listen now to wide receiver coach, Caleb Cox. Joining us now is co-recruit coordinator and wide receiver coach, Caleb Cox. Coach, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, man, thank y'all for having me.
Not a problem at all. And you've got quite the exciting group of guys that you're coaching this year. I know you'd say that probably every year is true, but just watching some spring practices and then looking back on last year and what you have returning this year, looks like you got some special guys out there.
Yes, sir. It's we got a good group, man. Like I said earlier, in the spring, with the guys we got coming back, we have some key returners, some key players for us. I mean, these guys grew up this spring. I know they were pretty young. I know they're young to the program, but it's the first time I've got multiple guys coming back that's played.
And it's almost the whole group, it seems like. I mean, you've got a lot of returning guys, and you've got guys that produced for you last year. You've got 2 guys with 3 touchdowns last year. And then you've got Mo Edwards, who missed a lot of last season. But before last year, before the injuries and things like that, he seemed like he's going to be a pretty valuable piece to your guys' offense. And hopefully he's getting back to form. How's he looking so far?
Mo's a special player, man. He has a special skill set. And his biggest thing has been consistency, but he's going to go out there and he's going to play hard every time, man. He's going to give you all he's got. And Mo is going to do some really good things for us.
Yeah, consistency is the constant term I hear around the program. Coach Wells is always preaching it. Everybody is, and the need for that consistency, because this year the expectation is pretty high for you guys this year. On offense, you got a quarterback who's now 3 years in pretty much of solid long-term play, getting better every year. And with the talented guys that you have catching the ball, both at tight end and receiver, and even out of the backfield, there's a lot of just really high expectation. Do you think the high expectation is good for the team? Do you prefer to have the lower expectations to overcome the low expectations, or the high expectations to meet?
Oh, we certainly have high expectations. We want to hold these guys to a certain standard and make sure that they achieve those goals and the standard that we set in place. We want those guys to strive to meet that area.
Some of the guys that are returning had big production for you last year. Let's start with Jaden Smith, and we'll talk with him later. Last year, 38 catches, 391 yards, and 3 touchdowns. It seemed like every game there was a play that Jaden Smith just stuck out in. I mean, there was something big happened for him. It seemed like every game. There may have been games in between there wasn't, but and again, you said it earlier, young. Him and Jaden Higgins, sophomores, young, come into this. Let's talk about both Jadens. What do they bring to the team? Jaden Higgins had 29 catches, 394 yards, and 3 touchdowns as well. So what do those 2 guys bring to your core?
Yeah, both of those guys are really good players, man, and they go out and they work their tails off every day. And I think they earn the respect of their teammates based on work ethic. I mean, when those guys are not out there at practice, man, those guys are getting extra routes in with quarterbacks. Those guys are getting multiple catches in on the jugs. And Coach Brown, I mean, he loves those guys down there in that weight room. So it's those 2 guys are special guys. And Jaden Smith especially, he comes from a winning program in high school. So he got an attitude with him, and he carries a chip on his shoulder because of all the success he's had. And he brings that attitude with him to our program. And Jaden Higgins, being I want to say more of a sleeper. I mean, he's a basketball player playing wide receiver. which is really what you want at that position. And he's a go-getter. So those two guys, man, pushing each other, man, they push the rest of the group, and they kind of raise the standard here at our position.
Yeah, and they're kind of two different size groups there, with Higgins being 6'4" and Smith being 5'10", a little different. Something about guys whose names start with J. Jaden Mitchell had a good year as well last year, 20 catches, 207 yards, and a touchdown. He's going to be a redshirt junior this year, has some experience over at Northern Illinois as well. But again, you got these guys. I look at it, I mean, you got 4, 5, 6 guys, and maybe you would say more, that are starting level receivers, and Jaden Mitchell's definitely right there, right?
Absolutely. I mean, Jaden is when you look at him and how put together he is, he might be pound for pound strongest guy, which is good. And like you said, they all starter caliber players, which is our job as coaches to create competition. Absolutely. Yeah. Create competition in that room. And we tell those guys all the time, man, if you have a position, it is your job to keep your position. And we bringing in guys all the time to come take your position. And Jaden has showed he can make plays on playing inside and playing outside. So Jaden is a little bit of a Swiss Army knife, and he comes from a multiple position background. So he's got some knowledge of the game. You don't play multiple positions unless you have some knowledge of the game. So that helps me out a lot.
So I'm ignorant. I've never played football, for like any kind of organized football or anything like that. So when you're teaching outside versus inside, how different is playing inside versus outside?
More or less on the outside, you need guys that are a little bit longer, guys that have longer arms, long speed as well, and guys that can go up and make 50-50 catches for you, guys that can go up and get rebounds, guys that can go make contested catches. And more on the inside guys, you have more of a thicker guys. Those guys are going to have to be more involved in the run game. We'll have to block outside linebackers, we'll have to block nickels and block safeties. And those guys are usually more twitchy or more, I won't say athletic, but those guys are more quick and fast.
You're talking about length on the outside. You got a guy named Kiki McFadden. He looks like he's got some length on him. What does Kiki bring to the program this year?
Kiki has been improving ever since he stepped on campus. He had a really good spring and had a really good summer. Kiki has some really good long speed that we definitely look for that position. And again, another former basketball player that can go up and make 50-50 balls. I mean, I've been preaching on him to just make the routine plays. Every play don't have to be a home run. You can go make the routine plays, make the layups, and then the small plays to turn into big plays.
A guy that gets a lot of publicity, it seems like around here, is a Kentucky kid, Ethan Bernardzik. He's, again, a player who seems like, I mean, he's young, so he's still got plenty of time to grow or to learn and to improve and all those kinds of things. He's, from everything I hear about him, just a quality kid that's just kind of making those strides.
Yeah, when you talk about consistency, I mean, there should be a picture of Ethan Bednarsik in there because he is the most consistent guy I've been around. I mean, he comes to work with his lunch, putting his hard hat on every day. I mean, I call him Manu Ginobili because he's a technician. I mean, everything that I try to teach, and he'll do it exactly from the steps and everything. And he's a good person to have around. He's good. He don't talk a whole lot, but his game speaks volumes.
You like those kind of guys to coach, don't you? Last year, only playing in 5 games, but Brian Johnson, he made an impact. 8 catches, 53 yards. Again, another guy that we got to start seeing last season that looked like he belonged. And I know consistency is a key, growth is a key as well for some of these guys. How has Brian Johnson come along here throughout this offseason?
Brian's development is coming along just slowly but surely. I know I've challenged him multiple times to gain weight, and he has to get bigger, stronger, faster, and he's accepted that challenge, and he's been getting better ever since. I mean, literally ever since he stepped on campus. As he came in, I think, at 167 pounds, and now he's up to 190. And he looks the part. He looks different. I mean, he's coming along.
he's not the only player that we've talked about this year in these position previews that we see the size being added to him, where the growth that is coming. How much of that is on the individual? How much of that's on strength and conditioning of the coaching staff?
It's both. I mean, it's I've heard somebody say when you feed them, they grow, but still the player has to take some ownership in his own development and how important is it to him. I mean, if it's important to you, you'll make time for it. So you have to go and be serious when you go to mandatory breakfast and putting the right type of food in your body. You can't just swing through the McDonald's drive-through every night. You got to put the right type of carbs and protein, and you gotta train your body. Your body is going to be your weapon. If you take care of it, take care of you.
Talking about all the guys that are returning, or most of the guys that are returning, a new guy is Cornelius McCoy. Last year, Georgia State says that he had some injury issues, but 12 catches, 110 yards. He's got that decent size as well, but coming over with experience. He's an older player compared to a pretty young group of guys still, even though they're older than last year. But what do you like about the addition of Cornelius McCoy?
Cornelius has given us a spark, man, and the guys have noticed that really quickly when he got here this summer. Just his enthusiasm, his energy, and his play. You can tell that he's played before. He knows how to maneuver guys, and he knows how to naturally move guys. Talking about defenders, and he's really good coming out of his breaks. I'm excited to see him this season, and the guys have accepted him really well so far.
You guys are getting ready to get into camp, starting up here. By the time this episode airs, you guys will have already started. Is there one area that you're looking at overall with the receiving group that you're looking to kind of press home before the season starts?
Absolutely. I challenge these dudes, even all the way through last year, man, is playing without the ball. I mean, you want to see a good of a teammate, especially playing a selfish position like wide receiver is playing without the football. I mean, are you going to strain to get an extra block? Are you going to become a blocker when you don't have the ball? And how hard do you run your routes when you know the ball isn't coming to you? Are you looking to get any guys, all the other guys open? So I use the analogy all the time, man. We need a block for those running backs whenever they get the ball downfield, because you guys going to want them to block and for protection whenever we throw the ball downfield.
Yeah. It's funny. I don't know that you hear it as much anymore, but not too long ago, when you talk about wide receivers, you talk about divas. Now, I think there's a difference between diva and big personality. But when you look at this team, the guys on your team right now, we won't call any of them divas, but do you have guys that are because, you talk about that. You're trying to get them to buy into the team mindset, right? Doing everything that you're supposed to do that's going to help the team get better. Overall, how are they receiving that instruction and the character of your guys? I've never heard anything bad about any of them, but talk a little bit on that end of it, the character of the guys that you're coaching.
Yeah, I mean, I'm extremely blessed to have the high character guys that I have, as well as good players. Usually at this position, you don't have both, or you'll have very few of them. But character is a big emphasis that Coach Wells has put in place on our team, and we want to find good character guys. Good guys going to be good citizens, good teammates, and they're going to be good guys whenever they get done playing ball, because of the values and the morals that we have here just on the team.
The competition went up a little bit last year coming into the ASUN and playing WAC competition as well. This year, you guys got some tough non-conference games as well as a pretty tough conference schedule as well. So coming into the second year of the ASUN WAC Alliance, I think is what they're calling it this year. The teams that you're going up against, is there a team that you like to scheme against? Is there a team that you like specifically love to prepare to play against that you're going to have on the schedule this year?
I think not specifically one team. I know all of them are really good teams. I mean, I look forward to the challenge we get every week. I tell our guys, man, you're going to get everybody's best shot because of the tradition that this place holds and some of the key wins and a lot of the buzz that's been created about us. Usually that allow people to circle your team, your name on their schedule. Like, man, we got to get this one. But it's I'm looking forward to every last one of these teams we're going to play, man. It's going to be a good challenge for all of us.
Yeah, the voting came in. You guys are preseason third in the ASUN WAC. Pretty much everybody says the same thing when it comes to the competition, especially those other two teams, Sam Houston and Kennesaw State, are definitely teams to watch out for. But you guys have built a fun rivalry with Central Arkansas. A great way to end the year last year against Jacksonville State. What a fun game that was. And so you said it, plenty of competition ahead this season for EKU. I want to close with this. Mad Mushroom is one of our sponsors, so we close our interviews by asking, if you're ordering a pizza, Coach, what's your go-to toppings? What do you got to have on your pizza?
I got to go buffalo chicken. That's an easy one. That's on the top of my brain, buffalo chicken.
I love it. That's awesome. Coach, you have an incredible group of guys. You're doing a great job with them. We're looking forward to what the season holds ahead, and we sure appreciate you coming on and chatting about these receivers today. Thanks again. We really appreciate it.
Oh, man. Thank you, guys.
With over 20 years of experience, Matt Schaefer and the good folks at locally owned IPM Pest and Termite provides pest control service for all of Central Kentucky's pest control needs. Whether you have a current pest control problem or want to prevent infestation from ever entering your home, IPM Pest and Termite offers maintenance programs that will help keep pests out of your home and provide peace of mind. So for dependable, reliable services that you can count on, get in touch with our good friend Matt Schaefer at IPM Pest and Termite today at myipm.com. That's myipm.com.
Mad Mushroom Pizza is now a proud sponsor of the Sports Stove podcast. Mad Mushroom, home of the original cheese sticks. Proudly serving EKU's campus, Mad Mushroom offers Colonel's amazing pizza, cheese sticks, wings, grinders, and so much more. Next time you visit, tell them the Sports Stove sent you, and you get $5 off any order over $20. Or visit online, madmushroom.com, and when you order, enter the code SPORTS5, SPORTS5, and you'll get that $5 off any order over $20. Mad Mushroom, feed your head. Welcome back into the Sports Stove Local Hour. And again, a huge thank you to Coach Caleb Cox for coming on and chatting with us. Looking forward to kind of what's ahead for this wide receiver group. I'll talk more about it after our interview with Jaden Smith, because we cover some of it with him too. And so we'll kind of wrap it all up after we talk with Jaden Smith. A couple quick things. Mad Mushroom. I had Mad Mushroom this past week. Friday, I think it was, and I saw someone else post something about nacho cheese dip for the cheese sticks. And I'm a garlic guy. I like to get the garlic sauce and dip in the garlic sauce, both the pizza, the crust, the cheese sticks, whatever. We got some nacho cheese dip with our order. Wow. I tell you, wow. So phenomenal stuff. Make sure you go visit Mad Mushroom. They've been great so far. We're going to be doing live shows at Mad Mushroom across from EKU this football season. We'll do it on days that there's home games. We're going to do it at lunchtime. So you can come have lunch at Mad Mushroom. Then you can head over and tailgate the rest of the afternoon. These early games are all like 6 o'clock kickoff. So you got to have some food in your belly before you even start the tailgating process. So come and see us at Mad Mushroom. We'll put out the information online. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Sports Stove, so you can make sure to get all that information. But looking forward to those pregame shows. We call it the Sports Stove Tailgate Show, and looking forward to live interviews, great guests, and pizza as well. So come on out. And Mad Mushroom is going to give a discount to anyone who comes in during the show and hangs out for the show. So you get I think it's a 10% discount is what they're talking about. So it's going to be a good time. I hope that you'll make it a point to be a part of it. Our next interview is presented by All Around Roofing. All Around Roofing, even though roofing is in the name, they actually take care of your entire exterior of your home. So whether it's siding, windows, soffits, chimney flashings, or all kinds of other things, as well as roof repair and replacements, All Around Roofing can help you out. They are, again, locally owned and operated. So support local, just like they support local podcasters. Call them at 859-489-5179. They'll come out and give you a free quote. And make sure you let them know you heard about them on the Sports Stove. And they're already going to treat you great, but they'll treat you extra great if you come from the Sports Stove podcast. All right, let's get you out to the interview. Had a great conversation with Jaden Smith earlier this week, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Here is Jaden Smith. Joining us now is EKU wide receiver Jaden Smith. Jaden, we sure appreciate you coming on and taking some time to be with us.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so last year, true freshman, and you showed out, man. 38 catches. You were third on the team in catches, second on the team in catches, third in yards, second in touchdowns as well. Some people have an issue adjusting from high school to college. Didn't seem like you had too big of an issue making that adjustment.
I mean, my high school is pretty high class when it comes to the play calling, so I was already adjusted to the hand signals that a lot of people don't usually have in high school. So it was easy for me to transition.
What was the hardest adjustment for you?
Probably the schedule, because in high school, everything, like, all the class is done from 7 to 2, and then you have football after. But in college, football is in between classes, and you have to go to study hall after football. So it's just a lot to balance.
So right now, you guys are starting camp. You don't have any classes going on right now, do you?
No, not right now.
Yeah, so it's all football all the time. We're talking to Jaden on a Monday evening after several different meetings and different things going on. So how's camp going so far? Just kicking off today.
Today was the first day. We didn't have much football today. It was just a lot of meetings. But tomorrow's when the action starts.
Are you looking forward to getting back to it?
Yeah, man, I missed them full pads. I missed the contact.
So, see, that's funny. I never played football, so but contact is not something I've ever wanted. So when you say you miss it a little bit, what has to go through your mind to be able to take? Because I mean, you're taking legit shots in these games, and in practice. I mean, they're trying to protect you guys in practice, but you guys got to stop defense that you're practicing against also. So, how can you describe what it means to love contact?
I don't know, man. It's just something about it. Like me personally, I'm willing to get hit, but I personally wouldn't want to hit anybody. Like, I can't tackle to save my life, but I'd much rather get hit. Like, I'm fine with that. I can take a hit, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to play DB or something like that.
Nah, I can't do that.
All right. What about special teams? Any desire for special teams?
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm planning on returning punts and kick returns. I hope they put me on some like kickoff or punt so I can make an impact on the field, regardless of receiver.
Yeah, last year, let's see here. Matt Wilcox was ahead of you in total catches. Other than that, you led the way. Of course, Dakota Allen had a few more yards than you and a couple more touchdowns than you. But other than that, as a freshman, man, you stepped in immediately. There were some injury things throughout the year from other people, and you played every game, I believe, last year. Started, I think 6 of them technically started 6, but you played in all of them. Again, it's when you're talking about last year having veteran guys along with some of you younger guys. This year, you younger guys, with the exception of a new guy, are kind of it. I mean, you're the veteran as a sophomore already. How does that feel? Do you feel any pressure to lead or anything like that?
Nah, not really. I've already accepted the role. I mean, any type of pressure that I did feel was coming in as a freshman, and just having a feeling of I wanted to make an immediate impact. But that's out the way, so everything now is just smooth.
When you came in, you had offers to some pretty big schools. You chose to come to EKU, and you've probably talked about this before. But when you look at EKU, what was it that really brought you here, considering that the options that you had to go elsewhere?
The opportunity to play, man. I mean, you see a lot of 4 and 5 stars go to big schools like Clemson or LSU, and they don't play for the first like 2 or 3 years, and they just sit on the sideline. I wanted the opportunity to step on my game now and not have to wait out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it because you learn along the way regardless, but I'd much rather just do it now. Yeah,
and I mean, it seems like Coach Wells and the staff do a really good job with getting eyes on the program. I know that you guys have had scouts come through and visit throughout the spring even. Of course, some of that was preparing for the guys who were graduated already, but that's just going to put more eyes on the program going forward. And you got guys this year, upperclassmen, that have legit opportunities to go play professional football. So it seems like, sure, you don't have the same eyes as Clemson does, but it seems like the coaching staff and the university has done a good job of getting you guys seen and giving you guys legit opportunities for after college.
Yeah.
What's your big goal? What's the dream when it comes to football?
I mean, the dream's always to go to the NFL.
Yeah.
If you can make it there, it's not very many opportunity, but if you get the chance, you always want to take it.
Do you look at the other opportunities out there now? You get the USFL came back, the XFL's coming back. There's indoor leagues, arena leagues, different things like that. Do you look at those as a possibility, or is your mind focused on just doing your part now to get that opportunity in the NFL?
I mean, naturally, the main goal is the NFL, but hopefully, like all of the other football leagues, they can be a branch to the NFL, like how basketball has the G League or overseas European. And now I forgot, the overtime league or something, and they're just branching out different leagues to help you get to your dream. I hope all the other football leagues can do that too.
Yeah. And, did you make a number change this year?
Yeah, I did. I went back to number 3.
So back to number 3, that was your high school number?
Yeah.
Is there anything significant other than it being your high school number?
I mean, I look up to Odell.
Okay.
And he wore 3 in high school and college and last year with the Rams.
Yeah. All right. 88. That carries a pretty heavy weight too, though.
It does. It does.
History with 88 too, but I like it. I think for whatever reason, wide receivers look faster in single digits. Not that you need to look faster, but it always, I don't know, it makes everybody look a little quicker when they're in single digits. Let's talk about some of your teammates as well. Guys coming back with you. Jaden Higgins had a good year last year as well. He's back. Mo Edwards, again, had some injury issues last year. Hopefully to see him back. Jaron Mitchell back as well. Bryant Johnson. Well, you guys got a very solid crew coming back. We'll talk about the new guys in a second. But the core group of you guys returning, how is that room? How do you guys get along? How do you guys push each other?
The main thing is just understanding the playbook better, because last year, like you said, we were all first-year guys. Even though some of us were like upperclassmen, some of us had just transferred in. But now that we've been here for our second year, everything's running smoother and it's just a lot easier to function.
You guys do bring in a new guy with a fair amount of experience. Cornelius McCoy comes over from Georgia State. What does he add to the room?
Man, that boy's special. He got it. I don't know how else to say it. He got everything.
Now, do you like me and Coach Cox were talking about receivers playing outside or inside and the differences there. Do you prefer one way or the other to go inside or to stay outside?
No, it doesn't matter to me. High school, I played outside, and in college, I mainly play inside. But I personally, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to be out there.
What about other things like throwing the ball, trick play? Can Jaden Smith sling the rock?
Definitely. I was a Wildcat quarterback in high school, man.
So you got it all. You got Dak Allen at tight end. He's done almost everything in his tenure at EKU. He's of course played quarterback, caught the ball. He's punted before as well. So do you ever look at that kind of thing and say, "Hey, coach, I need to be on the field more. So even if it's 4th down and 20, let me punt it or do something like that." Any kind of motivation to encourage the coaching staff to give you some more opportunities?
Yeah, man. I mean, I want to be some type of just havoc for the defense. Whatever I can do, I just want to create havoc, open up plays for my teammates, regardless of what it is.
Are you a talker on the field, like a trash talker to the defense?
No, I don't say much. It depends though in the situation.
But if you say it, it's probably just a little quieter for the guy to hear versus everybody else. I've been joking. We've been going through the offensive positions. We'll get to the defense starting next week. But I've been joking with guys because we've had on Parker, we've had on Dak, yourself, Braden Sloan was on last week. And everybody, all of you guys kind of seem to be more of the lead by example kind of thing. Yeah. And we get to the defense. I was out there at spring practice, and especially
they
Matt
like
Jackson.
to talk.
Yeah, they're a little chatty out there.
Yeah.
Do the coaching staff ever encourage you to talk more, or are they pretty content with you guys just being your own style?
I mean, they're pretty content with us being our own style. The players might encourage you, be like, don't let them do that to you, or like show them up next time. But most of the time, the coaches don't mind it, and we just keep doing us.
This will be, of course, your second season, also the second season for EKU in the ASUN and the WAC, coming in the ASUN WAC Alliance. Is there a team on the schedule that you're really looking forward to playing?
Really just Eastern Michigan because it's the first game.
First one.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be a fun trip for you guys. You got some really good home games this year. Get some really solid. Your schedule, it's pretty packed this year, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at that, they just had the voting this past week. They voted you guys as third in the ASUN behind Sam Houston and Kennesaw State, and those teams, granted, are very good, have a good history and everything like that. But do you look at that being number 3 as a slight? Or is it just a way to prove yourselves?
No, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, nobody's going to remember the preseason rankings. They're just going to care about how you finish.
I like it. I like it a lot. We're looking forward to the season. It's going to be a fun season. There's high expectations for you guys. Again, when you return a quarterback like Parker, that immediately puts the expectation. But then the what you guys return on offense as a whole, what you guys have added, especially on the offensive line, and then your defense is going to be really, really stout again this year too. So there's a lot of expectation. I'm looking forward to seeing you more on special teams, returning kicks and punts. That's going to be fun as well. It's going to be a fun year. We're looking forward to it. I want to close the interview with this question. One of our sponsors is Mad Mushroom Pizza. So we always ask, this year we're asking all of our interviewees, if you're ordering a pizza, what is your go-to toppings for your pizza?
Obviously cheese, pepperoni, and sausage.
All right, pepperoni and sausage.
Right,
yeah, pretty basic.
Gotta have the ranch on the side.
And the ranch on the side. Very nice. You know what I just tried? We had Mad Mushroom this weekend, and they have nacho cheese sauce as a dipping sauce. Phenomenal. Never thought of it before, but it's really, really good. So give it a try sometime. All right, Jaden. Thank you so much for coming on, man. We really do appreciate it. I know you've been busy today, so thank you for taking the time, and we're looking forward to the season. Good luck this season, and go Kerns.
Yes, sir. Go Kerns.
Mad Mushroom Pizza is now a proud sponsor of the Sports Stove podcast. Mad Mushroom, home of the original cheese sticks. Proudly serving EKU's campus, Mad Mushroom offers Colonel's amazing pizza, cheese sticks, wings, grinders, and so much more. Next time you visit, tell them the Sports Stove sent you, and you get $5 off any order over $20. Or visit online, madmushroom.com, and when you order, enter the code SPORTS5, SPORTS5, and you'll get that $5 off any order over $20. Mad Mushroom, feed your head. Does the exterior of your home need a facelift? All Around Roofing has you covered. All Around Roofing is a locally owned company servicing Madison County and all of Central Kentucky. From roof repairs and replacements to gutters, siding, windows, soffits, chimney flashings, and more. All Around Roofing provides quality work and friendly service that will leave your house looking great. Call today, 859-489-5179 to get a free quote. That's 859-489-5179. We can handle your all-around exterior needs at All Around Roofing. Welcome back into the Sports Stove Local Hour, presented by Mad Mushroom Pizza. Thank you, Jaden. I got so ready for the football season talking to Jaden. I'm really looking forward to what's ahead. Let's talk about these receivers real quick before we head out. I think what we're seeing, from what we can hear there, Jaden Smith, Jaden Higgins, and Cornelius McCoy are going to be on the field a whole lot this year. Mo Edwards, what can he do in return? Can he get things rolling? Jaron Mitchell had some highlights last year. Kiki McFadden is a guy I know they've got a lot of expectation for. We have a guy that size, man, him and Jaden Higgins both, you want them to be able to take advantage of that. Of course, Dak Allen has size too, so you kind of see a lot of that with him. But then you add in Ethan, who we didn't really get a chance to talk too much about, but Ethan in there too, Bryant Johnson. But I mean, you heard it right. When Coach and when Jaden were both asked about Cornelius McCoy, both of them lit up. And that's an awesome sign. So he needs to stay healthy. He was injured last year, 12 catches, 110 yards at Georgia State, and comes over with age, experience, and ability. Clearly has ability. So I think this is a very deep receiver room right now. I think that you do have a legit 4 or 5 guys that are easily, your top 2 if they're on the field. Then you got the other guys that come in and, maybe that's playing the slot, playing the outside, subbing in and out, those kinds of things. I think there's a lot of potential here for Parker to set records with the guys that are here. And I really like having Jaden in the middle, having Cornelius on one side, having Jaden Higgins on the other side. And again, seeing these other guys, Mo, Jaira and Kiki, all these guys get a chance. Quentin Pringle, we didn't talk about him today either. So there's going to be some opportunity out there. Someone's going to have to take it. And I think that we could see an EKU historic season for Jaden Smith this year. As long as he can stay healthy, he has the ability to be special. And again, last year, 38 catches, 391 yards, 3 touchdowns. He went after it. So looking forward to seeing what Jaden does again this year and how that offense flows in the pass game, because we know as much as they'll want to run the football, and I think they'll be better at it this year, I think the passing game is just the strength right now. And if it's a strength, you might as well use it, right? At least that is my opinion. All right. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Jaden and Coach Cox for coming on and spending some time with us. Thank you for Rickson for helping us get the interviews all set up and managed and all that kind of stuff. Thank you to the university for being kind to us. Again, we are not associated with the university, so we're thankful for them allowing us to promote the school, promote the program, and their kindness to us as well. A couple of things to remember. First of all, Mad Sports Company. Brand new company in Madison County covering only Madison County sports. They're looking for hosts for the high school teams for Madison Central, Madison Southern, Model, and Berea as well. Looking for hosts for a show for Berea College also. So if you or someone you know is interested, please reach out to Madison Sports Company. You can follow them on Twitter, Mad Sports Co. You can message them there, or you can email them at madsportsco@gmail.com. And it's going to be great stuff coming from them. We're proud to be a part of Mad Sports Company as well. Mad Mushroom Pizza. I'm telling you, I met too many people who've not had it yet. You have to have Mad Mushroom Pizza. The pizza is good. The cheese sticks are good. Good probably is an undersell on this one. I legitimately love Mad Mushroom Pizza and excited to partner with them this year. Make sure you come out and join us for these tailgate shows and get some pizza and enjoy a good time there as well. And remember, if you're ordering by phone or in person, mention the Sports Stove. They'll give you $5 off your $20 purchase. Or if you're ordering online, use the code SPORTS5 and you'll get $5 off your $20 purchase or more as well. All right, next week we get into the defense. We're going to start with the defensive line. Looking forward to chatting about that, and we'll announce our guests later on this weekend. We'll announce who the guests will be for that show, but looking forward to getting into the defense and what's going on. Keep up with the EKU teams. EKU basketball finishing up in the Bahamas. The men are. The women are actually headed to the Bahamas now. They're going to get a chance to play down there as well, and excited to see what Coach Todd's team looks like. I have not had a chance to see them at all this summer. I have had a chance to go to several of the EKU men's practices, and they're looking great. Looking forward to seeing the women and what they look like as well, and the additions that they've made are going to be exciting as well. Thank you to our sponsors, IPM Pests and Termite. Find more information at myipm.com. All Around Roofing, find them on Facebook, All Around Roofing KY, and Mad Mushroom Pizza as well. Thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of the Sports Stove Local Hour. Until next time, we'll see you around the Sports Stove.
McKinney looks, steps to the pocket, throws, open receiver, touchdown! Colonels, we're not done yet!
Our identity is we're going to press for 40 minutes. We're going to play up-tempo. We're going to play with unbelievable passion. And then our brand is the most exciting 40 minutes in sports.